Welcome back, sheep. It is the BHHcast. Jamie Bendel, Jamie Hernan, Adam.
And also Hernan. But
we said that. Okay, so check this out. I want to, before we get too much further into it. So one, I am not a fan of sports without fans.
Okay.
So
I've
right
been
now,
kind of a fan of it, but I recognize
I don't like it.
your dispute.
I don't like it. It's
You get
laugh
to
track.
Yeah, you get to hear more of the sound of the players.
The game.
And
I really like hearing the refs and the banter, the talk.
That's fine,
But-
don't give me pretend fans.
Oh, I hate the pretend
I hate pretend fans. Okay, so having said that, now game ends.
Yep.
I've competed against you.
Yep.
You know what I'd like? I want your sweaty jersey.
See, that I think is kind of stupid.
I hate this thing that we have gotten into where it's jersey swap.
Right. And the weird thing to me, like, it's one thing if it's like we are actually family members. Like, I've seen it where there's brothers playing on two different teams.
I got it. Brother swap.
There they can do a swap.
Sure.
And maybe even if you were close teammates, maybe if your teammates in college both went to North Carolina.
Can't believe we both made it to the show.
Yeah, we both made a show. Then we can
Swap
kind of
it
do
up.
it. I don't know. You have to do it courtside, and I think that looks really bad.
Stupid.
But
Can
at
I
the
not
end
call
of the
you
day,
after the game and be
I
like-
want to go back to the 80s NBA. I don't think Karl Malone was ever asking for Akeem Olajuwon's jersey. I don't think Charles Barkley ever wanted Patrick Ewing's jersey. Like, those were the enemy.
I do think it should be socks, though. Like, if you're going to commit to the
Oh my
swap, you
gosh.
should have to sit down, unlace your shoes, take them off.
Oh, I would take your shoes. I'd be like, take your shoes off and give them to me right here. Particularly if I
they get
beat
new
you.
shoes all the time.
But yeah, but if I beat you, I'd be like, take your shoes off right now.
But then you have to
that
size
idea.
up what size shoe.
I don't care. I'm not. Do you think that these guys are wearing each other's jerseys?
Oh, yeah.
They're going in their basements of their second and third homes.
You know, I think that's not a bad idea. Like, to have, you know how serial killers take tokens from their kills?
Yeah.
Like, you and another player can bet before a game.
Mm-hmm.
Loser gives his shoes.
Right.
And then you go to the guy's house and he's got a wall of shoes.
How great would that be? You have to walk off the
I
court
can't believe,
barefoot.
yeah.
Yeah,
If you
that's
do
what
that.
I mean.
Embarrassment.
Yeah.
And the sponsors start to think about it at some point. They're like, we can't keep sending you shoes every night, man. I mean, I know you're supposed to get a
Hey, that's another loss for the Hawks. Trae Young clipping part of his hair to give to his.
a lock of hair. Anyhow,
give
what's the next thing?
So that strikes me as a challenge.
I agree.
I don't like that.
No.
But under the right circumstances, I might be open to a swap of a certain kind just to validate that I had an interaction with a person.
I think that's fun, and I also I have a group of friends and that where we actually encourage that, where we're like, if it's a fun evening or like you're into the band, like see if you can get the lead singer to
Playlist?
swap shirts with you, right? Or
I was going to say playlist.
or swap something with you, right?
Can I have your guitar?
Yeah.
Is it okay if I have the band?
But if you have a
band?
guitar with you, right? I mean, oftentimes you don't. So there's a cool souvenir of it that way.
No. How about you go up to the band at the end of the show and be like, so listen, love the show tonight. You're an amazing guitarist. Can I swap you my air guitar for your actual guitar?
You would give
Let
up
me
your
tune
air
it up.
guitar?
I think you're playing more bass than guitar. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
You can have mine.
Okay.
You can mount
And you
it.
can take my bass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actual guitar. No,
Air
this
guitar.
is a fan's air guitar.
Yeah.
At the end of the show, I swapped him for
Yeah,
one of
this
my
is really
guitars.
nice. Actually,
Yeah,
this
is
fan
amazing.
was great.
This guy was amazing.
Yeah. I have a picture of the guy
Yeah.
where the guitar
I got
should
the
be.
guy. See how he's holding the guitar?
Yeah.
We're both, okay.
Anyhow, we've got a great guest tonight. Looking forward to it. This guest has a great story about a shirt swap with an actual NBA player, but he wasn't playing against him.
All right. So
Stick around.
Dig around, Sheep BHHcast. We'll be back
This one's going to be good.
right after this.
Hey, guys.
Jamie, what's up, man?
I am really excited to tell you about a new product.
All right.
It
Is
is.
this another product that we're sponsoring, or are you just excited to tell me about something random?
No, we've got a new sponsor. This is very exciting.
See, I feel like sometimes we're shills. I feel like sometimes we're just selling out. Is this a product that you really love?
Oh, I love this product. This
Okay.
product is
Okay,
called.
because I'm tired of people endorsing products that they don't use. What's our
We
product?
don't actually ever have products on the show that we're not willing to use ourselves.
Oh, by the way, I've been using that new
You're so embarrassing.com?
But,
Don't Embarrass Me watch.
Okay.
And by the way, it's worked out perfectly. But no, who's our sponsor today
Okay.
that
well,
you use?
Okay. Well, thank you. I want to tell you that I'm really excited about this product.
You sound like a shill when you say that, though.
Okay, but can I get around? We're out of time. Not a real product.
Hey, Sheep, don't forget this is not a real product, and Jamie's not just pushing that stuff. We ain't just seals.
All right, Sheep, welcome back. This is the time all of us look for in our episodes. It's time to welcome our guest. And tonight we actually have a very special guest.
Indeed.
Why? This is the very first time that our guest is actually a member of the flock before they became a guest.
That's right. We have a sheep on the line. So all the sheep look up from your trough and see a member of the flock is joining us.
And why is that? Because among the flock are some of the greatest stories.
That's right.
That should be shared and should be told.
I'm looking at you, Sheep, the guy in the car right now. You know you have great stories.
You have a great story.
We're probably going to be reaching out to you at some point.
You have that epic night.
That's right.
You have that sometimes story that maybe is so fantastic.
Yes.
When you tell it to a friend is dismissive.
Yes. Too big.
Too big.
Too big.
You couldn't be in that story.
Can't be true. I know you.
I've lived with you.
I've been friends with you.
You don't have these kinds of stories.
You are not that big a guy.
But yet, you find yourself in the circumstance where that story exists. In fact, I know that one of the hosts of this show has one of those stories. We haven't addressed it. We haven't broached it. It's a little bit of a save it for a rainy day when the time is right.
I know what you're talking about.
You know the story to which I refer?
I do. And it's almost one of those stories that's too big.
Too big.
Too big. And,
too big.
And people are like, I know you,
no way.
Adam. I know you, Adam. You couldn't have possibly lived that story.
No way that happened.
Yeah,
and yet,
I thought you were talking about my blue ribbon and field day in 6th
no one's
grade.
talking about you.
That wasn't the story.
You don't have
that
any good
the
stories.
story we were referring to.
Just
All right,
leave it alone.
Let's get to the guest. Our guest this evening is Mark Kulmer. Mark, welcome to the podcast.
Gentlemen, thank you for having me. So pleasure to be here.
All right. Before we travel too much further and we set up the story that you're about to tell us, we like to do something with our guest. We want to set the story, maybe make the context right. Mark, in your life, what is your calling card?
Not my business card, but my calling card.
Not your business card.
See,
but
that's
your
a true sheep right there.
That is a true sheep right there because he knows season 2 versus season 3.
Yeah. We've changed it up a
little bit. Just is it one calling card or can I have a couple?
Pick a calling card. When you say, this is my calling card, let's suppose, for the sake of argument, you're a serial killer. I'm not saying you are. I'm not saying you are.
That's actually funny because that gets into my business card comment, but we're going to wait for that.
Oh, no. We're not going to wait. No.
We've replaced the business card with calling card.
No. But if serial
if you
killer...
have a business card that says serial killer,
please
I do want to hear that.
It's an odd one, yeah.
Well, I don't actually. I was worried about the business card conversation because I don't actually have one. I kind of have this weird thing against them. So, but every time I think of a business card, I think of American Psycho.
By the way, underrated movie.
Incredible movie.
I don't think enough people appreciate the quality. Have you seen American Psycho?
No.
I think I've seen it.
Have you seen American Psycho?
I don't know what we're referring to with business cards.
American Psycho is the movie where the guy is it's like a height of the 80s.
Yeah, he's like a yuppie.
He's a yuppie serial killer.
Yeah.
Amazing
movie.
Okay.
He kills the guy over his business card.
Oh.
Yeah, the guy, and it's not the content of the business card.
It's the weight.
It's the type of paper
texture
that the card was printed on.
Yeah. I see.
Yeah.
Because he's completely materialistic.
Yeah. So I thought you were going to say something that was going to make us have to welcome the NSA to the
no, not yet.
conversation.
Not yet. All right.
No.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm going to tighten it up. What I want to talk about now is my understanding is there was one night you're out with a couple of the guys, you're in Midtown Atlanta. You're at the Four Seasons.
This Titan.
Which is where the players play. So when they say Atlanta, where the players play, what they really mean
is the Four Seasons.
Is the Four Seasons bar. That's If you've ever been to the Four Seasons in Midtown, it is exactly what you'd imagine a celebrity hotspot to be.
Is this the landscaping company?
No, not that one.
No. That's across the street.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's across the street. So you go into the Four Seasons bar, not on the ground level.
No, sir.
No.
Because ground levels, that's for normal hotel bars.
Right. You're going up a level.
Right.
So already we're up a level.
So you are actually physically going up a level.
Right.
But in fact, you're also metaphorically going up a level.
It's an intimate space.
Right.
You're in this bar. You're with your boys.
Did we need Mark on the call, or did we just?
Yeah, we basically got it.
Yeah, we got it, Mark. Thanks, man.
I'm turning it over to him.
He tightened
I
it
just
up.
set him in the setting. I just parachuted you in.
So we're in the Four
in.
Seasons bar. Mark, tell us who you're with and what's
Hit
happening.
the ground, pick it up from there.
So we're in this bar. I don't know. What do you say? It wasn't too crowded. There's probably 40 or 50 people, and it was pretty late. That's probably 1:30 a.m. And there's Charles Barkley, and he's sitting at a table with Lawrence Fishburne and some guy in an orange hat. We were kind of sitting behind him, drinking some whiskey, having a good time. We're rubbing shoulders with the greats, and it was getting kind of late, and we kind of started working our way.
But we had
out
thought,
of the bar.
how do we get over it? We really wanted to go over and sit with that table, right?
How do you meet Barkley?
And we were
Right,
trying to figure out
but
like cool ways to get there and couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, and it's like, when you see a celebrity in the wild, that's kind of a big deal. But when you see two celebrities in the wild, that's a really big deal, and you got to bring your A game, right?
Now, you had spoken to Lawrence Fishburne for a little while prior to him sitting down with Charles Barkley and Orange Suit, right?
Well, what happened was, and there was a lot of drinking going on. Charles Barkley started politely flirting with my wife. He was looking at Allie, was like, "You're beautiful," and just kind of blah, blah, blah. And so Allie, being the wonderful person that she is, she went over to Charles and Lawrence Fishburne, and she said, and this is great, she said, "Charles, could you take a picture of me with the guy in the orange hat?" And they all thought it was really funny. And I said, so Allie was trying to take the attention off of the two celebrities. And I said, "What about me?" And Charles said, "Well, you have an ugly shirt on." I was like, "What?" I was like, "Since my wife's so beautiful, you can't let me walk out of this bar with an ugly shirt on." I was like, "We should swap shirts." And that's when Lawrence Fishburne says, "Charles, you got to swap shirts with this guy. You can't let him walk out of here with an ugly shirt on and a beautiful wife." And that's where he stood up, and I was kind of blown away. He started taking off his shirt. I'm like, and I'm the kind of guy that doesn't really take my shirt off the beach, let alone the Four Seasons bar.
Good news, you were at the bar, not the beach.
Yeah.
We're at the bar, and we take off our shirts, and I slip into his quite easily because it's like a 4X. It's huge. Mine's like, I weigh like $180, and it was
So maybe
a
an L,
pretty tight
maybe an
shirt
L.
to begin with.
Yeah.
And I squeeze. I mean, what was Charles Barkley weighing at that time? I mean,
Well, I think he was
260,
actually
270,
he was probably at his thinner time there because I think he was doing, that was one of the things, as I recall, his publicist was there and she wasn't happy about right. Yeah. That's right. When he went full naked at the place because she was like, "There's going to be pictures of you and we have a Weight Watchers campaign."
Charles puts my shirt on, and I try to, I'm trying to squeeze him into my shirt. I'm literally putting the buttons on his shirt, and his giant whatever is coming out everywhere, and I'm trying to push it in. And if you there's a photograph out there. If you look at it, the buttons are all messed up. So, anyways, and then as it happened, so we talked basketball a little bit, which was fun because that's why we were there. We were there for the Final Four. But this is kind of the great part of the story. So I give Adam my phone to take a picture, and he takes a picture, and within seconds of taking the picture, my phone dies.
Yeah.
And so
it was on his last battery.
I get a little bit of anxiety. Like if my phone had actually died, we probably wouldn't be having this conversation.
This happened, 7 years ago?
Yeah, 7.5. It was 2013 Final Four, Atlanta.
Yeah. So how is it resurfacing today?
So, I'm a bit of a narcissist from time to time. Adam knows this.
Come on,
you're a huge narcissist.
Come on, you're dressing another man in your clothes at the bar at the Four
You're
Seasons.
an enormous narcissist. Don't cut yourself short.
You have a beautiful wife.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So Ellen, the Ellen Show, she had done an interview with Charles Barkley a couple days ago, maybe a week ago, and she was interviewing him about Shaq, and I saw it and immediately posted a picture of us with the famous picture, and I said something along the lines of, Charles Barkley's my hero. I love him because he's always keeping it real, blah blah blah, and didn't think too much of it. It immediately got liked by a lot of people, but most importantly, it got liked by her. and she's got a platform of 80 million followers or something. So I was like, oh, that's cool, right? I've arrived. The 15 minutes of fame is coming back around.
There you go.
She actually ended up not liking the photo like a day or two later, which was kind of weird.
She deliked it?
Well, Ellen's in a little hot water right now.
Yeah, she has been, right?
She doesn't want a fat shaming thing coming on.
Okay, so hold on a second.
Right. She has to play by the rules now, right? Not like Charles.
All right, so how do you know that she deliked it?
Well, because it's gone. Like, it disappeared, right?
You can go look at who's
liked. You
liked.
can see that she liked it, and then when you go back and you look at her likes, it's gone. I think some of these, like, power, accounts on social media, I think they have tools that us normal people don't have. But anyways, so
I wonder if an intern got fired.
Yeah,
right.
for fat shaming. Right. By putting Charles in a very small shirt.
So yesterday, NBA on TNT liked it. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And so last night, hanging out with the family, it's like 10:30, my phone started blowing up, and I had 30 or 40 notices that people had liked that photo. And so then I was like, what's going on here? This is strange, because it just kind of came out of nowhere, because it kind of died last week. So then I went to Twitter and I searched Charles Barkley, and it became pretty clear that I was actually on TNT, and they were roasting Charles Barkley for the shirt swap. And I was like, oh my God, this is so funny. So it took me a little while to find the actual video, and then people were sending it to me, and I was, on Twitter communicating with total strangers, which is what makes it awesome. And sure enough, they did an entire episode on the shirt swap, and they actually tied it into jersey swapping, which is pretty funny, because I don't know if you've seen it, but Charles, they sort of cornered Charles Barkley to admit to not liking jerseys swapping on the court after the game, thinking that it's lame and stupid and unprofessional, or whatever. But then of course they brought up the actual shirt swap, and they had him, and it was hysterical.
And to Charles's point,
amazing.
I think the idea being there's a big difference between jersey swapping a sweaty jersey and doing the legit thing, which is swapping shirts with a stranger at the Four Seasons bar at 2:00 in the morning. I mean, that's actually respectable. When players do it at the end of games, it seems a little gross.
I'm just wondering whether or not your shirt is like framed in his house the way that he would frame other jerseys that he's obtained through his career.
I'm pretty sure it is. If you look at the picture, Charles called it an ugly shirt, but it's a pretty epic shirt. It's a good looking shirt, Mark.
I'm picturing the framing of it, though. It's still in disarray in the frame.
Oh yeah, it's still wrinkled and really stretched.
Right.
And there's rips at the buttonholes.
Another tidbit about the story is I was flying home from Atlanta to Salt Lake at the time, and I logged it onto my phone on the plane, and I went to Google and I just typed in Charles Barkley shirt or something like that, and it was the top trending topic on Yahoo. But it wasn't me. Some other guy I had left, and some other guy had taken a picture with Charles Barkley in his tight shirt. So they were telling the story with my shirt, but I wasn't.
Your story.
Your story got stolen.
Curious.
Yeah, it was a story heist.
Stolen story.
Yep.
To be honest, Mark, we tried to get them on the show tonight, but they weren't available, so we
we actually asked those guys first. So, and really, Mark, we have reached out to both Fishburne and Barkley's publicists, and they both passed on being on the show tonight, which is a little bit surprising because I'm pretty sure both of those guys are in the flock.
Yeah, I think that I don't know that the message ever got to them, but their publicists, it was oh, hell no.
Well, see, that's another problem of gatekeepers.
Right.
Yeah, sometimes the gatekeepers don't understand what they're dealing with. And obviously, in this situation, they didn't.
Let me make a suggestion. If we were serious about getting Charles Barkley as a guest on the show, we should be spending more time back at the bar at the Four Seasons in Midtown.
Probably
you want to know
there.
why? Because Charles Barkley can still be found periodically at the bar at the Four Seasons in Midtown.
At the end of the TNT episode, he did thank me. So
I thought was classy by Charles. He said, "Thanks, Mark," and because he said that it was an innocent thing.
I think we all love Charles, and I think the fact that he would do the shirt swap and the way he handled the situation last night shows what a cool guy he is.
That's right. All right, so we have other questions that we ask guys.
We should be better. We should all be more Barkley.
A little, just a little more Barkley.
When life gives you the opportunity to swap shirts, just swap shirts.
So actually,
I get the feeling he's very comfortable with who he is.
But he lives your calling card.
Yes,
exactly.
So,
all right, so let's get to our other questions.
We have some other
here.
questions. I'm going to let Jamie take you.
You are a proud son of Utah, correct?
Yeah.
But because you listen to the BHHcast, you're familiar with the concept of a meet and three.
I am, and it's when I first heard your terminology, I had no idea what you were talking about. But I live in Los Angeles right now. And I've been very lucky to live, and I've lived all over the world, which has been amazing. I like those kinds of restaurants. I think they're great, but I've never heard it called that before. I've never even I didn't realize it was a thing, but if you think about it, it is a thing.
It is a thing. All right. So with that understanding, what in your life is your meat? What's the organizing principle around which everything else is oriented?
So this is back to the calling card. Oh my God. Throwing me through a loop here. My meat, I would say, I'm going to drop a little bit more Zen. Is that okay?
Yeah, let's do it.
I really love this idea of mastering your personal relationships. Whatever personal relationships you have, you should spend your entire life mastering those relationships. And it's very difficult. It's very challenging, but it's very rewarding.
Would your relationship with Adam be the most challenging?
It's up there.
It's definitely up there, yeah. Mark, I recognize that our friendship, it's hard to be friends with me. But again, if you heard him say, it's also the most rewarding.
All right.
Yeah, it is. And I've come a long way. You know, I'm guilty of thinking out loud, and Adam's guilty at watching me think out loud and eating my lunch for it.
And being very critical of it.
He does that, yeah.
Yeah, I will jump down your throat.
All right, so what then,
I've come a long way.
If that is mastering your personal relationships is your meat, what then are the three attributes that you would like people to most closely associate with you?
Well, one was the calling card, right?
Okay.
Which was?
What was it?
Being true to yourself?
Yeah.
Being really comfortable with who you are.
Yeah.
The second one, I think, is to just don't take yourself so seriously.
He never took himself so seriously. Okay, that's good.
That third veggie, huh? Or is it a grain? Am I getting a grain here?
I don't know. It's up to you.
Yeah. You can go healthy or you can go mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Brunswick's too.
Yeah, see, that's not what you're supposed to do, Adam. You're supposed to get your lean meat, and then you're supposed to get your veggies. But that's okay. Have a good time.
Having a good time.
All right. That's pretty good.
We'll take it. All right, it's lightning round. Do you want to go clockwise or counterclockwise? We are going to ask you.
Me?
So in the lightning round, what we do is we're going to give you really deep questions, but we'll only take really short answers.
And we've not seen these questions. Obviously, you have not seen these questions.
These are questions picked at random.
Picked at random.
Out of the
fishbowl. You can choose to
fishbowl.
go clockwise or counterclockwise. You will get 2 questions from each of us.
Well, knowing exactly how you guys are all sitting, let's go with let's go counterclockwise.
Counterclockwise, starting with me. All right. What was the last big thing that you lied about?
Wow. My youngest daughter ordered a 6 of what's it called, Blue Star Donuts down the street here in Hermosa Beach, and her mother is very, very, very against that type of reckless behavior, and so I had to lie about that to my wife.
Nice.
Allegedly.
Covered for your child?
What is the best advice you've received from your mother?
Oh, from my mother. Wow. She doesn't offer a lot of advice.
Good answer. What's at the top of your bucket list, and how will you make that happen?
Top of my bucket list. Ooh. I would say my wife and I have always wanted to own a vineyard, so I don't know.
Okay. Vineyard.
We're headed in that direction.
Describe an argument that you had that helped shape the person you are today.
Well, I've had 10,000 arguments with Adam. I think that all of them.
All your arguments.
Every single one.
Okay. This one's interesting. Which friend would you call to help you bury a body, and why?
Oh, my friend Jason. He owns a mortuary. He knows exactly what to do.
Well played. I was hoping you'd say me, but you got a mortician has to win that one every time.
All right.
Yeah.
Last one. All right, last one. What's the most embarrassing story you can tell us about Adam?
No, that's not a question.
That's so random.
That is so
random.
No.
It's amazing.
No,
It is.
honestly,
That kind of
I've
random.
known Mark since 2nd grade. Like he has a lot of cards in that. So let's go ahead and read the real card.
Where's the edge of your comfort zone currently?
Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, I don't really have one.
Doesn't have one. Okay.
I mean, if you'll take your shirt off in public and swap it with Charles Barkley, I think your comfort zone is pretty wide. Yep.
Hey, but
So I actually do have a question about this story. So first of all, it is pretty awesome that you had this random opportunity to meet this celebrity, and it turned into kind of a cool thing. If you had bet me going into that night, who was going to wind up shirtless, I would have put my money on Adam.
That's funny. I was the guy who didn't have the guts. Like I was actually, Mark stepped right up and knew, he owned the celebrity moment. And Mark's also a guy who's not intimidated by that stuff at all. He jumps right into those and he's very good about it.
So Mark, have you heard the story about the guy who took a paperclip or toothpick or something and he turned it into a car by kept trading it up a little bit and getting to a car?
Yeah, I've heard that story.
Yeah, so he had a paperclip, he traded it to someone for something worth a little bit more, then he traded that and he kept trading it and eventually ended with a car. I had this thought that you should probably think about who would you trade Barkley's shirt with to trade up.
I don't think you ever trade that shirt. That is, I think honestly what I was thinking, Margaret, you should need to put that shirt not in your closet but on display in your living room so that you can tell your epic story every time someone comes over.
I'm revealing something about myself, but at the time I was like, you know what would one up Barkley? And at the time I was thinking Obama. Like that would have been a great, like if I saw him and I had Barkley's shirt, like I would switch that out in a second.
So he traded up to Obama.
So do you think that, was there a time in your life where you wore Barkley's shirt in the hope that you'd run into another celebrity?
Do you spend a lot of time wandering around Chicago wearing Barkley's shirt?
Just hoping to see Obama?
Right.
Yeah, and being like, this is Charles Barkley's shirt. Well, Mark.
Mr. President, do you want Barkley's shirt?
It's one thing to battle a publicist to get Charles Barkley's shirt. It's another thing to cross the Secret Service to get Obama's shirt.
But whoa, how much better is that story, though? I mean, Mark's story is great, but I think you won up with the president.
You'd get the invite to, you'd bypass Secret Service. You wouldn't deal with any of it.
You're at the gym. You for some reason in your pickup basketball game are picked to be captain to pick teams.
Yep.
Among the people to be picked is former President Barack Obama.
Yep.
How long do you wait to pick him?
Why wouldn't you pick him first?
He's got a great jump shot.
I'm asking, do you pick him first?
Of course you
Or
pick
do
him
you make
first.
him wait?
No, I pick him right away. You make him wait.
No, but
You picked a little squirt.
Would you rather play with Obama or would you rather play against Obama?
Because he wants to play with him because he wants to say, we'll be skins, and then he mixes up the shirts on the way out.
Shirt swap.
Oh, I see where you're going with this.
Yeah.
I think I would rather defend Obama than have Obama on my team.
Not me. Because you might go out afterwards with Obama if you're on the same team.
Hey, Mr. President.
Want to get some beers?
You know what I am under these boards? I'm like Mitch McConnell. You're not getting nothing.
In the meantime, he drains a 3-iron and you walks away saying, that's what I do.
No, he wouldn't.
That's what I do.
No, he
It
wouldn't.
says Obamacare.
Yeah, no.
That's what I do.
Sorry. Oh, you know what I call this shot? Reconciliation.
So I want to talk to Mark for a second, though. Mark's got not only that story, but Mark has an incredibly interesting family story. Mark, tell us a little bit about what's going on with we used to have a segment in season 1 about dad brags, but let's bring it back a little bit here. Tell us a little bit about you have a unique family situation. Maybe you can help me understand what's going on with the kids.
Yeah, so I've got 2 daughters. One is 16 and the other is 11. Isabella has been kind of dragging us around the world, literally, in her dream of becoming a professional ballerina. And she's taken us to, we've lived in Paris, we've lived in southern Spain, we lived in New York, we lived in San Francisco, we're living in Los Angeles right now. She's received the most sought after scholarships and opportunities for youth ballet. Right now, she's a Royal Ballet International Scholar, which was chosen by the director of the Royal Ballet in London, and she also has a full ride scholarship to the School of American Ballet in New York City. So we probably would have been in the next chapter if it wasn't for the pandemic. So right now we're kind of in a holding pattern, but it's been a hell of a ride. It's been, and again, my wife Allie has been incredible navigating all of these waters, especially for our younger one, who's been pulled through all of this. And Allie's done a great job of making her feel that this adventure is as much about her as it is about Isabella. And that can, as Ava gets older, it gets more and more challenging. But fortunately, both kids make friends wherever they go. But I would say that's been the hardest thing for both of them is they make really good friends and then they say goodbye. And, that sucks.
So everybody talks about Isabella's dancing, but how's your ballet?
It's not bad. Not bad.
Oh, really?
That's the question that I would ask. So, like, when it was like 4 and under ballet, were you still dad coach? And you're like, that's not a plie. That is not a plie.
I've been the whole way. I've done it all.
Right. So at some point, though, you have to, and I do think that's challenging with kid activities, because at some point you want to be involved in them. And then at some point you're clearly a bystander, and their abilities have exceeded anything you're capable of.
She got plucked. I mean, this is a true story. I mean, she got plucked early on by some Russian ballet masters that were working in Salt Lake City, and they grabbed her and was very interested in her and started working with her. And she's been studying Russian ballet ever since she was probably 8 or 9 years old. And they wouldn't allow me to participate.
And I gotta say, I know obviously Mark's family on a personal level, but Ava, your younger daughter, one of the things that always dramatically impresses me about her is her ability to assimilate to the different cities that you're in. Like
she's
she
being
seems
groomed by the Russians.
Yes, I mean,
this is the younger daughter.
She could be
the younger daughter.
The younger daughter.
The younger daughter is the one that's being groomed by the Russians.
Ava will someday be an international spy that can fit in anywhere.
Very good at the ballet.
That's right. She's like, I mean, I love it. Like she's in Paris and she's doing the Paris life, but she's in Hermosa Beach now, and she's skateboarding all around and doing parkour on the beach and backflips, and I mean, she's just an amazing kid who continues to. I think Mark, you and your family have done a great job of making it a story.
Hey, listen, honey, your sister has to go to Los Angeles to work with one of the premier ballet instructors in the world, but you're great at skateboard.
Right. So you get to actually...
You're totally great at making friends.
Right. So, but the cool thing is she's in now, but her sister gets to go to ballet every day, and Ava gets to go to the beach.
I'm not... Yeah, right? No, I get it. I'm saying it's just... It is a weird parenting process.
Gotta be.
To be disciplined.
And for Ava, it's all she's known. I mean, it's all she's known her whole life. It'll be interesting when she's an adult and we talk to her about her memories and what she remembers and what she likes and didn't like. But it's been her whole life.
I will bet $1 crisp bill that her reflections are going to be, we did everything for my sister. Everything was for my sister.
Good. Because that's the way kids are.
That's the way kids are.
And you know what? Isabella's probably going to be like, you were always paying attention to Ava.
Yeah. You totally babied the baby.
The ballet was my thing. But
Did you not notice I was recruited to be a Russian spy?
Yeah.
And you were so busy about my skateboarding sister?
Yeah, exactly. So, Sheep, we're going to give you a couple links from this show. We're going to have Mark's...
actual picture with Charles Barkley.
The TNT YouTube video
of them talking about
experience. It. But I also think we got
to go with the full clip.
Yeah, and we're also going to give you Isabella's got a crazy followed Instagram page where she shows I mean, what this kid can do is always nuts. And even I remember when she was little and she'd watch TV lying on her belly with her legs over her ears as a comfortable position. Right? It's just amazing what this kid can do.
While I have you on the phone, I do want to ask the question, is Black Swan a science fiction ballet movie or a documentary?
I'm going to lean towards documentary.
Okay.
All right. Okay. All right. That's good to know.
Gets a little dark.
All right. Gets a little dark.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Not our family per se, but there's some unfortunate
truth to that
out there for sure.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I think anytime somebody is striving for excellence, there's a lot of opportunities to sort of go astray. And that's where Allie's been incredible, because she's really focused on Isabella, the person, not the ballerina. And I think that sometimes when people are striving for greatness, they just focus on that one thing, and that obviously doesn't end very well sometimes.
Allie's a woman of many talents. She can raise kids through a very weird, and Charles Barkley thinks she's beautiful.
So first of all, why didn't we interview Allie?
I know, really, it's kind of a miss.
Is there any chance that Allie's available to be put on the phone now?
Maybe. Can we restart the interview? Restart it and bring Allie in, because Allie's she's a much more interesting person. She's a catalyst. Yeah.
Mark, we appreciate it.
It's been a pleasure having you. We're looking forward to talking to Allie because she's the real superhero. But man, awesome stories.
Most importantly, Sheep, if you take nothing else from this interview, it is when the opportunity presents itself, you swap that shirt with that celebrity.
You take it.
You do it.
Yeah.
Taka. All right, that was Mark Kulmer, bar lounge lizard at the Midtown Four Seasons. I love the idea of just One, get comfortable with who you are.
Yep.
I do think that that's an ongoing struggle that a lot of people have is who really am I and how do I be the full expression of that person? And sometimes interactions with celebrities are something that get us out of our comfort zone. And if you just let them happen in the moment, they can turn out to be extraordinary things.
I also liked what he said about personal relationships and just working on personal relationships kind of throughout your life and recognizing, because we all have, be it your wife, be it your friends, be it your children, be it your coworkers, right? It's personal relationships. And that's really what's kind of the driver in life, which is great.
And I think that we should be required to walk out of a bar with a different shirt than we walked in with.
Well, I mean, maybe.
I've got a buddy of mine who has never picked up a menu at a restaurant. And he says to the person who's waiting on the table, I want you to pick your favorite item on the menu. And they always pick something that they either everybody raves about or they love themselves,
meals, right.
and there's something that makes a personal kind of connection to that suddenly somehow that person is more invested in my friend's enjoyment of the meal.
Right.
So I think if you just kind of embrace the idea that tonight's going to be an adventure of some kind, you're going to find yourself
swapping shirts
and an adventure of some kind.
Yeah, maybe swapping shirts.
So
don't do that menu thing if you have a peanut allergy.
Good call.
You should say that.
You should definitely discuss allergies.
You should disclose food allergies. Obviously, if you're
shellfish,
let's not be dismissive of food allergies.
Right.
If you are a person with a food allergy, you should maybe begin every conversation with, "I have a food allergy."
Right.
Let that be your opener.
Absolutely.
Second,
maybe you order for me. Maybe you
order like a person who has a food allergy. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Fun night.
Good night.
Interesting stories.
Always.
A good friend of mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if possible, you wake up some morning and you're in clothes different than your own. You may have met Charles Barkley. All right.
Back to the field with you.
Taka taka.